Hey guys, Richard at Ride and Zoom here, doing my latest Doctor review. This is a 2-in-1 review, so you got 2 in 1. Me and the dog Albie. He's just come down, so he wants to be in the vid. So yeah, I didn't do the review yesterday for episode 12, Army of Ghosts, so doing it now combined with episode 13, Doomsday. Oh, smell the chocolate I've been eating. Yes, so I thought why not, even though I've done other 2 parts of this single vid, so I thought this time I will. So in the background, got the chapter select screen for disc 2 of new series 2. Disc 5. So yeah, on to it then. So this is let's get this out of the way. This is the opposite of the previous 2-parter, where part 1 is by far the better one. So yeah, Army of Ghosts and Doomsday. Basically, they return to Earth, find that ghosts are like everywhere and accepted by the public, and you get Torchwood's base in London, who pretty much letting the ghosts get through from some other dimension, and they basically take the Doctor, Rose, and Jackie, who's on the TARDIS prisoner, and you end up with them basically investigating everything. Confirmation, well, we already knew it, but they're the ones that blew the Sycorax up, and then they mention all the other stuff. I think the Van Staten base in series 1, but a much bigger scale, using alien weaponry against them, etc. And the episode basically ends with the ghosts revealed to be Cybermen that have come through from Pete's universe earlier in the series, and then there's this big sphere with this like ominous presence that creeps up everyone who looks at it, opens up and reveals 4 Daleks, starting a really cool black Dalek. And the ending is them planning to gun down Rose and Nikki and a random guy who's going to be killed in the next episode. So yeah, basically Nikki has come back from Pete's universe. Cybermen, the only reason they're there though is because the Cybermen have escaped from their world, followed this void ship, this sphere, which is like a void ship between the 2 universes, and gone through that way. And that's basically it for part 1. So yeah, you got Torchwood Base, which is this huge business filled with staff, and they basically end up there. Jackie's basically talking to Rose on board the TARDIS, ends up there because the Doctor doesn't realise he's teleported her across, and yeah, some good scenes where Jackie's basically concerned that Rose doesn't seem to be interested in having a normal life and settling down anymore. She feels that once she's gone, there'll be nothing for Rose to return to, and she's just probably really concerned that Rose is just going to change for the worst far too much. And yeah, that's pretty much it for part 1. So let's get on to the good points. So great vibe. You know, Torchwood is unlike anything, not even Unit from the old series, that we've seen before. It just feels like this huge powerhouse of business, which is quite different to Unit. Sort of similar in this way. It's basically this equivalent of new Doctor Who's equivalent of Unit. And yeah, it's good supporting characters. The woman who's in charge, who's in EastEnders, and the guy who's in charge of the Sphere, also in EastEnders. And yeah, a big thing with Doctor Who, a lot of people have been in EastEnders before coming into Doctor Who, or like the other way around. But yeah, it's just a great setup. You finally see what Torchwood is after all the references to it, and it being mentioned in the Queen Victoria episode at the start of the series as well. And yeah, just great to see that the ghosts, when they suddenly become Cybermen at the end, is pretty awesome. Just how like the ghosts seem to be normal, everyone accepted it, and then suddenly, no, ghosts. And I just love the bit of the police inspectors like, stay in your homes, and they just smash the doors in. So of course that never works. So yeah, and then basically part 1 is the sphere opens, Mickey's there, ready to blow the Cyber King as he name drops what he thinks in there up, and then nope, it's Daleks. It ends with them planning to exterminate them all, and episode over. So yeah, really good story, and yeah, very, very much the better episode. So yeah, straight on to part 2. Like I mentioned, all series long, it's all about the love story and Rose and Doctor, which all comes ahead in this episode. Part 1 didn't really touch on it at all, but yeah, part 2, unfortunately, it's all in full force. Let's get to it. So Rose manages to survive being exterminated by mentioning that she knows that they're Daleks and the Time War. And of course, no one in present day Earth at that time should know that, so the Daleks realise she's some use. Mickey and the other guy basically back her up, saying they know about it too. It doesn't last so long. They basically decide they need events, modern day Earth events, and basically extract the brainwaves from the guy's head. It's pretty nasty. So yeah, they first demanding who's the least important one. He offers himself up, doesn't know what they're going to do, and yeah, it's pretty gruesome. So yeah, Cybermen then scan another species, make contact with Daleks. It's a pretty hilarious bit where they're all basically demanding they identify themselves, and it's pretty funny. Yeah, the Cybermen offer an alliance. The Daleks are like, hell no, and yeah, the Daleks instantly gun the Cybermen down off their shots, just don't work. So the Daleks have still got those shields that we saw in series 1. And yeah, it's a pretty funny moments when the Black Dalek is basically saying, "Oh, this isn't a war; it's pest control," and that there's only 4 Daleks, but 5 million Cybermen, easy. It's pretty good. So yeah, it's good stuff going on. They basically, of course, demand to get that. They need the sphere being opened. They need to touch, which they can't do, and it's also not even Dalek. It's stolen from the Time Lords. And yeah, they basically plan to kill Mickey unless Rose opens it. Yeah, they get saved at the last minute, of course. And yeah, this is more unlikable. Rose, she basically, yeah, she's going to be killed, so she figures, what the hell, let's just piss the Daleks off. But she just comes across as so smug and just, oh god, shoot at Daleks. So yeah, like, of course, Rose, like, look at her face, oh, no. But yeah, they don't kill her, unfortunately. But come on, Doctor Who's built around the companion now, they're never going to kill the companion off. You just know it, unfortunately. So yeah, basically the Doctor gets alliance with the Cybermen, and of course everyone from Pete's world has come up, teleported over, and yeah, they basically it becomes like insane numbers of what must be, I don't know, 100 odd like torture personnel and Cybermen against 4 Daleks, and of course the Daleks are still way too overpowered and cannot possibly die. But yeah, a bit more backstory. These 4 Daleks are basically a separate sect of Daleks called Skaro. They've got like new personalities and names, all for the advantage, just to learn new ways of how to kill people. It's pretty dumb, but yeah, he's apparently like the most important Daleks ever. But of course, they ran away because strategically they needed to live. But yeah, they've escaped with their sphere. Turned out to be a Time Lord prison ship. Just big on the inside. Millions of Daleks burst out when they get it into the sky. You see the Black Dalek like teleport up with them, and while the people inside are like fighting the remaining 3 like bronze or gold Daleks. So basically, the episode gets to the end, like the millions of Daleks plunge out of the prison ship, they exterminate all life forms below. Sadly, only 1 human gets gunned down. You don't see any like dog or cat skeletons, which can be quite funny while being exterminated. So nothing quite that morbid, but yeah, of course, it will come down to a quick fix. The Doctor basically plans to send them all back into the void, which is basically the gaps in dimensions, which is what the Daleks got themselves in to survive the Time War. And he basically, anything that's travelled between 2 universes has got these little like particles on them, and they can basically be sucked back into the void that way. Just send them between the 2 universes, but block them getting into the original one. So that's basically what they do. And yeah, the worst part of the episode, without doubt, Rose decides she'd rather never see her mum, who's actually gotten back together with her dad, like different universes, but who cares? She decides she'd rather never see her real family again, just travel the Doctor forever, because she's still got that the Doctor will be on his own if he's not with me attitude. It's like, God, shut up, woman, you know that's not how it's going to be. And yeah, of course the Doctor does the right thing and sends there, but she comes back anyway. And yeah, he doesn't exactly put up much of an argument. You kind of think it's like, God, does he actually want this? But yeah, of course, they basically open the breach, send the Dalek Cybermen back through, the control panel breaks, Rose stops it, leave, and basically gets sucked into the void, but Pete comes back at the last minute and saves her. So yeah, he's happy to abandon her there, but clearly Jackie got through to him. So yeah, he comes back, saves Rose, teleports away to back to his universe, and then they can't do any more. The breach is closed, and it's so sad. No, it's not. That's yeah, and basically it would have worked well, I thought, if you got to the moment where there's like Dr. Rose are kind of like at this wall, which is very well done. Same with like the battle scenes, though. There's some of the shots, particularly like the Cybermen shooting at the Daleks, it is really well designed. There's no great doubt the production is great in this, but yeah, same for like Dr. Rose sort of on opposite sides of the walls if they like feel that they're there. You know, similar thing in one of the Star Wars films with Anakin and Padme. So no doubt it's all done well. And of course, if like I said, if you like the romance and thought it was a good idea, great. I just thought it was never a good idea, and it just kind of brings the worst out in Rose at the same time. It's yeah, it's basically Doctor walks away and he's on his own, and that's the end. No, it's not. There's still more time. They get this beach where Rose was at the beginning of part 1, which is like in the future, talking about the story about how she died, and she's there because she's officially on Earth's dead list. Because the amount of people who have died or people that have gone missing are officially just dead. I assume Mickey and Jackie have got the same thing. But yeah, they had to have the emotional like "I love you" moment, and it's like just never liked that they went down this angle. And but yeah, it's well written, it's well played, the acting is great. There's no denying that. But yeah, I'm just not a big fan of it whatsoever. And yeah, that other moment, Rose declares how she loves Doctor. He realises he's never got another chance. What the hell? And he fades away. It's pretty cool, admittedly, but very well done now that's done. And the ending is pretty great. Rose wants some tears. Mickey is still there. It's like, Jesus, why is Mickey still part of this, you got to wonder. And yeah, the Doctor's on his own, turns around, and some woman in a wedding dress is there. And yeah, like, what? Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, Catherine Tate. And I admit in 2006, I didn't really watch any Catherine Tate stuff, so I didn't actually recognise her straight away. But anyway, I still remember watching this episode live in 2006, and friends when we were like, oh, Catherine Tate. So yeah, I like the way it ended. It's like, the Doctor's not going to have any time to like deal with his grief. It's kind of just got to move on, get on with the next problem. And yeah, that's it. So that's the end of series 2. So not a big fan of the series, not sorry, series 2, and the whole series to us is one of my least favourites. Once I get to the end, I'll tell you what it's my it is my least favourite. Now, when I get to the end of all this, eventually I'll tell you what. Basically, I'll rank them, say which one I think is better, but not a huge amount better. But yeah, not a big fan of series 2. It's not just the romance stuff; it's kind of how characters are portrayed, and yeah. Great parts here, of course. David Tennant is absolutely superb in his first series. Yeah, Billie Piper's acting great alongside him. It's just the direction the show goes in. I don't think was for the best, but yeah, it's overall very good series, and you get a feeling that Doctor Who was not going to end for a long time because series 1 was the first series of it coming back. Who knew how long it would last? But yeah, I get a feeling after this, Doctor Who had a very good future and had no chance of cancellation. So yeah, so end of series. Yeah, least favourite series finale compared to the last one, and it's actually my least favourite, so not my least favourite, that is coming up still. But yeah, this is nowhere near as good as series 1's, and it unfortunately to me begins the trend where part 1 is amazing and part 2 is not. It's where it's just a cheap ending, or it's like a quick reset button, or just the episode overall not being so good. I think series 2 unfortunately starts that trend. Same because series 1's finale was the exact opposite, but part 1 was amazing and part 2 was even better. But yeah, unfortunately that's not the case this time. But yeah, that's it. So thank you for enjoying my vids, and I'll be back tomorrow with the Christmas Invasion. No, sorry, that was this one. The Runaway Bride. I don't think series 3 has any comic relief or children in need episode. Series 4 definitely does, but I don't think this does. If it does, I'll make something, but if not, I won't. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.